Here's more wrestling news for March 1st, 2023. And we're starting off with All Elite Wrestling, as Britt Baker made history when she signed with the company as the first female wrestler to be under contract. Since arriving in January 2019, Baker has been arguably the biggest star of the women's division, but fans haven't seen her in the ring much as of late. Speaking with Fox Sports AU, Baker spoke about her schedule with AEW and opened up about wrestling less as of late. Right now, I'm not having weekly matches, I'm not having weekly promos, so it's a little backed off, Baker told. I try not to bother him and bug him, Tony Khan, because there are hundreds of other wrestlers texting him on a daily basis, I'm sure. Speaking about her relationship with Khan, the former AEW Women's World Champion says she couldn't ask for a better boss, and that Khan has helped her grow as a wrestler and as a human being. Baker's most recent singles match was back in December of last year, and she's only competed 3 times since then. So while the DMD remains a fixture on TV, it remains to be seen when she will wrestle next. Like Britt Baker, Chris Jericho has been with AEW since day one, after spending much of his wrestling career as a WWE superstar. In WWE, Jericho would become a record-setting 9-time Intercontinental Champion, as well as the first undisputed World Champion, but don't expect any more WWE accolades for Y2J. In an interview with the Daily Star, Jericho was asked about possibly returning to WWE, but simply didn't see the point in leaving AEW. I've been in WWE, I know how it works. They work that way. I don't care if Vince is there, Hunter is there, whoever is there. They have a way of doing things, and I was there for 20 years and was pretty good at it. I like the way we do things at AEW better, so I don't know why I wouldn't want to finish my career in AEW. I never thought that I wouldn't finish my career with WWE, but things happened. Like WWE, AEW has been very good to Jericho, who is the promotion's first world champion, a former Ring of Honor world champion, and is a fixture on TV. This October will mark 33 years since Jericho's wrestling career began, and would you like to see one more match in a WWE ring, or should the Fozzy star end up calling it a career as part of All Elite Wrestling? Later this month, 2K23 will hit shelves, and the latest installment in the franchise will see Logan Paul be a playable character. Since arriving in WWE, Paul has impressed fans with his ability in the ring, but fans have been left unhappy with his in-game rating. It has been confirmed that Logan Paul has received a rating of 84 in the game, and on Twitter, fans lashed out, arguing that it is too high. Fans pointed out that Paul's rating is higher than many established stars, including former world champion Rey Mysterio, who is ranked 82, and the reigning United States champion Austin Theory, who is also ranked 82. In a tweet, a fan suggested that Paul should be rated an absolute 0 and said they'll never play as him, while another fan said that they would use Paul in the game, but only to be used as a jobber. This April, Paul is expected to face Seth Rollins in his 5th WWE match and the Mavericks' 2nd WrestleMania bout. And if this rating is anything to go by, WWE has been very impressed by the YouTuber thus far. WrestleMania news next, as it is a month from today, the WWE will kick off their biggest 2 nights of the year, with more and more matches being confirmed each week. At this time, WWE has confirmed 4 matches, with others rumored and expected to be confirmed, but there's been reports of some unhappiness backstage. It was reported over the past week that Triple H had called for a smaller WrestleMania card than usual, and this decision has angered members of the roster who won't be on this smaller card. When Ringside News asked around, though, a source refuted these points, questioning, how can talent be unhappy about the card when the card has yet to be completed? It was said that WWE is still having discussions with talent about matches for the show, and while much of the card will have already been finalized, there's always the possibility of plans changing. With 1 month to go, WWE needs to announce a lot more matches to fill out the 2 nights in California, and we'll have to see who makes the WrestleMania card, and more significantly, who doesn't make the cut. One name expected to miss WrestleMania 39 is Matt Riddle, who was removed from TV in December for violating the promotion's wellness policy. It was around this time 1 year ago that Riddle was one of WWE's most popular superstars, but the future isn't looking good for the former US champion. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer made the point that Riddle's suspension from WWE has been finished for close to a month, but there's been no sign of his return. While it was suggested that WWE may be delaying any plans for Riddle until after WrestleMania, Meltzer acknowledged the possibility that WWE just don't want to invest in him anymore. Riddle has hardly been free from controversy since joining WWE, as it was assault allegations made against him that led to Matt admitting to a consensual affair that spelled the end of his marriage. When Riddle was written off TV in December, it was made clear that he would be gone for 6 weeks, and now it's been double that amount of time. And what do you think is next for the career of Matt Riddle? Back to AEW, and Kenny Omega has been one of the promotion's biggest stars since the start, and in addition to being a wrestler, is also an executive vice president backstage. In addition to these two roles, Omega is a key part in AEW's video game development team, so it's safe to say that the cleaner is being kept plenty busy in and out of the ring. Recently, it was reported that WWE has great interest in Omega, whose deal with AEW is due to expire this year, and we may see him on Raw or SmackDown just yet. While speaking on the sessions with Renee Paquette, Kenny addressed the WWE reports and said they have made him reflect a lot on his career thus far. Omega even said he's been questioning whether he is just wasting his time in AEW, and at this stage of his career, now believes the best thing for him to do is to help train future generations of wrestlers. This is something that working in WWE would allow Omega to do, and it was reported just the other day that his Golden Lovers tag partner Kota Ibushi said he'd enjoy working for WWE as a trainer at the Performance Center and occasional wrestler. While Omega was briefly under contract with WWE many years ago, his time in developmental put him off the company, and it's safe to say that he has been a success outside of WWE. Considered by many to be one of the greatest wrestlers to never compete on WWE programming, Omega has a lot of big decisions to make about his future, and it'll be interesting to see where he is a year from now. While Omega's time in AEW has been good for him, it has also had its share of controversy, as fans saw following last September's All Out. The September show will always be best remembered for what happened after the event, and the backstage fight that resulted in Omega, the Young Bucks, and CM Punk all being suspended. Speaking about the all-out brawl on the sessions, Omega said that it's a shame that the general public aren't ever going to know what really went down and how it could have been prevented. Omega didn't share those details himself, and said that his secrecy is just how big business operated, and also spoke about AEW having sponsorships and TV deals that were at stake. The former world champion isn't the only one to keep hush-hush, as Tony Khan has always refused to share details about what happened, much to the annoyance of interviewers and fans. We'll likely never fully know what happened backstage at All Out, and while CM Punk remains benched, the rest of AEW, especially Omega, are looking to move on. And we're ending today with Zelina Vega, who has been a featured talent in WWE since her return nearly 2 years ago, but wrestling isn't her only passion. The avid cosplayer often channels her love of manga and anime into her costumes, and this week, the former women's tag team champion will make an appearance in Tokyo. On March 4th, Vega will be present at the upcoming Anime Awards, who will be one of several big names at the event. The 2021 Queen's Crown Tournament winner will be joined by the likes of Stranger Things actor Finn Wolfhard, Alita Battle Angel director Robert Rodriguez, and NFL star Juju Smith-Schuster, and we're sure that Vega will represent WWE well at the event.